Welcome to Wanderer, the culmination of goal setting and dreaming big. I have not always lived my best life, and at one time I burnt it to the ground. I believe in second chances and plan to take full advantage of the time I have left on this planet. After traveling for 2 years before COVID, I decided that's what I'm going to do a lot more of. I went back to work, I bought a boat, quit my job, and moved my dog Jett and I across the country. We were about ready to take off from Southeast Florida. We plan on hitting the Florida Keys, the Bahamas, and the Caribbean islands for our first year. Follow along with Jett and I as we meet new friends and explore this vast world we live in. Please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. And join our Patreon family to get access to more videos and content. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been a wanderer. Loved experiencing new places and seeing new sights. I have done it as often as possible in my life. My favorite thing to do now is to go to places I've never been, interact with people, play, and learn and enjoy the history of a different place that I've never seen. In my travels, I found just time kind of stands still when you're in the moment visiting places, if not stopped altogether. I went sailing for the first time in Perth, Australia. I went out on a monohull sailboat. About 2024, I started seriously looking at buying and just had this overwhelming feeling of gratitude come up that I actually own the boat. It kind of wasn't supposed to happen. Had a broker that I was talking to in the Bay Area, got a hold of insurance and a lender, and they all said that, international travel's not going to happen. So kind of got dejected for a little bit. Over the last 5 years, I've looked at thousands of boats online. I remember going sailing in June with a couple friends, and I said, I just wish I could find somebody to talk to give me the right information about international sailing, boat buying, lending, insurance, all of the stuff I had thousands of questions about. I walk into Molly Stone's grocery where we always did our purchases for sailing, and we walk into the store and I see Joe. He became a friend after I was in his sailing class. He goes, hey, how's that cat search coming? And I said, well, I'm kind of having trouble with that. I'm probably looking at getting a monohull now or whatever. I'm just looking for somebody I can talk to get the right answers. So a week later, I get an email from Joe. He says, Mike, I heard you. I've got a guy. Meet Chris. Chris owns a sailing school in Granada. Also works for Multihull, which is one of the biggest catamaran broker dealers in the world. So Chris and I did a Zoom call. They have brokers for lenders and brokers for insurance, and if I wanted, he could put me in touch with them. So talking with a marine insurance gal and Jessie, and she's like, send me your stuff. What's your sailing background? What's your experience? What size boat you want? All of that. And this is like 2 weeks after saying, God, I wish I could get some help. Within another week after that, 2 weeks after that maybe, I was pre-qualified for the amount I wanted. The week that I got my pre-qualification letter, this boat became available in Florida. And there's a couple others in the Caribbean that I was looking at, and talking with Chris, my new broker, just going back and forth. Have you seen this boat? Have you seen this boat? This one's in Mexico. This one's in St. Lucia. This one's in Florida. A week after I got my pre-qual letter, the boat that I bought became available. I was the first person to put an offer. Both of us agreed that it's a stellar boat for a first-time catamaran owner. It's a seaworthy, blue water ready boat, ready to go anywhere in the world. So I flew out to Florida in August, and I paid for an inspector to go over the boat with a fine-tooth comb. We took it out, splashed it in the ocean, got the motors running. In 8 months. Tested everything. It had been sitting for 8 months. It's now been a year, or almost a year, and needs some love. But everything's sound. No moisture in the holes. Everything's just beautiful. Couldn't have been happier. Made the made the offer, they accepted. From June to September 1st, I had no clue that I was going to be buying a catamaran. I own it, it's mine, and I'm so fucking excited. So stay tuned. Life's good. Get after it. People often ask me if I'm afraid, and my go-to answer is I'm more excited than afraid. Hello, everybody. I made it. I made it to Florida, and I don't have anywhere else to go back to now. I'll give you a quick little tour. This is the boatyard. Lots of dead things here. She looks good. Dirty, messy. Gotta get to it. Got my ladder that I brought so I can get up and down easy. And then this is my dinghy motor and dinghy. And it's got cobwebs. I don't know if you can see them, but cobwebs everywhere all the way up to there. But anyway, it just needs some love. So I got my barbecue, side deck, helm station, and that's where the engines are. There's one there and there's one on that side. This baby just needs some love, but that's okay. Got a fishing pole and a gaff. Nice outside speakers. Helm station. Like I said, everything's just been sitting. So one thing that I couldn't do when I was doing the original walkthrough, the survey, I had a limited amount of time and it wasn't my boat, so I couldn't go through everything and look at everything. There's files and everything. This is the helm station view. Got some nice isinglass. So these all roll up so you get the nice breeze when you're driving. All of the information that I wanted to know about the boat, this guy apparently kept meticulous records in every file. So I found them downstairs in the bedroom, the suite, and pulled them out, and they're a little moist from the humidity, and gonna take them back to California and go through them and dry everything out. But it's piece of information about this boat for the last 14 years. So really excited. I guess he did a really good job of keeping records, but overboard plans, VHF radio, Mayday stuff, abandoned ship, a chart with all the through holes, which is critical. That's all the things, toilet, depth sounder, speed, water maker, inlet, everything that goes through the bottom of the boat is on a chart and numbered and marked. Oh my God, how cool is that, right? So a minute ago when I was down in the port cabins, saw that stuff and I thought it might have been, this has been painted, but it's called a rub rail. And it goes around here, all the way around to there. And it's like just a seam. It's ugly. So I'm gonna get some new stuff someday. But it's soft, kind of keeps you from hitting your head. And anyway, I got this opened up, getting some air in here. It smells like a boat. It's a Robertson cane leopard cat from South Africa. And this belongs up there. That looks like an upside down face. But anyway, we'll keep that. We'll put that right there. But anyway, everything looks good. Smells a little bit like a boat that's been sitting for a year, but not bad. Smelled a lot worse in San Francisco. Starting tomorrow, go through all the parts. There's parts in there. Just need to do an inventory. This tool chest is full of tools. So I'll go through it all, and then I brought a bunch of my stuff. So I will add my stuff to it and get it all organized. But there's the two cabins. Make your reservations now. All right, I think I got my inventory done. Now I am going to play with Wanderer. I'm not going to use these right now. I'm going to use these bigger ones on the side of the boat. So first I got to take off the old ones. Like every good guy, I'm going to see if there are instructions. And there's not. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm doing next. All right, let's get going. People ask me about fear. Am I afraid of going in the ocean. Am I afraid of sharks? Am I afraid of pirates? Am I afraid of sinking? All of those things that are probably legitimate fears. I always respond with risk management. I'm an educated person, meaning that read a lot of stuff, I research what I'm doing, and then I make educated decisions around the risk. And so the more I can mitigate the risk, the better and more comfortable I am. There's tons of information about what time of the year to do things, what weather patterns, what sea states, what insurance policy, whatever, what all of the different aspects of risk can be looked at, and you can come up with the best case scenario, and then you make a decision to go or not to go.
Alrighty, everybody, we are underway out of Riverside Marina. We are here on the Wanderer, where the first day of the rest of Mike's life begins.
Woohoo! Please like and subscribe and share with your friends and family, and join our Patreon family to get access to more videos and content.
Tomahawk. Well, you gotta go flat, so it's like a... Oh, yeah, like that. Ready? Like that? Tomahawk. There it is.
Nice. What's going on? Somebody driving by? Thanks for letting me know. Well, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Here goes. Yeah! Full sails, first time.